A very warm good afternoon to all of you. Dear students, I welcome you all in digital class of biology. As we all know that yesterday we have finished our chapter ecosystem, and I hope that you all know everything about that chapter. So with this hope, I would like to start today with new chapter, but before that I would like to motivate you all with the beautiful sayings of Lord Krishna. Students, he says that whatever comes to mind, treat it as not of the present. That is, obviously, it is of the past. Clear? Just firmly understand it that it has no link with your present and thus be indifferent to it. You need not to think much about your past. Just learn a lesson from it and proceed with your journey of life. So, with this beautiful thought, I would like to start with my today's chapter. Students, if an alien from a distant galaxy were to visit our planet Earth, the first thing that would amaze and baffle him would most probably be the enormous diversity of life that he would encounter. Even for humans, the rich variety of living organisms with which they share this planet never ceases to astonish and fascinate us. So, with this thing, I would like to start with my today's chapter. Okay, that is biodiversity and conservation. Okay, so I know that you all know what does bio stand for. Okay, bio stand for life and diversity stand for variety. So simply in this chapter we are going to study about the variety of living organism on this planet Earth. Clear? So now let's have a look over its definition. Biodiversity is defined as the variety and variability among all groups of living organisms and the ecosystem in which they occur. Okay, varieties as well as variations, okay, which develop among the species of the same group, okay, and in the ecosystem in which they are living. Got an idea? Yes. Students, the term biodiversity was coined by W.G. Rosen in the year 1985. Clear? The term biodiversity was coined by W.G. Rosen in 1985, whereas it was popularized by Edward Wilson. Edward Wilson in the year 1992. You need to remember these two names. Okay, W.G. Rosen and Edward Wilson. Students, now let's study about the different levels of biodiversity. In this we will study about genetic diversity, species diversity, community or ecosystem diversity. Okay, now you might be thinking that what these three type of diversities. Student, in case of your genetic diversity, you will study about genetic variations within a species. Clear? That is changes in the DNA. Second, in your species diversity, you will study about the diversity among species. Okay. And in ecosystem, you will study about the diversity of habitat in which the living organisms are living. Clear? So now let's have genetic diversity in little detail. Students, a single species might show high diversity at the genetic level over its distributional range. Clear? The genetic variation shown by the medicinal plant such as Wolffia vomitoria growing in different Himalayan ranges might be in terms of the potency and concentration of the active chemical, that is rasparin. That the plant produce India has more than 50,000 genetically different strains of rice and 1,000 varieties of mango. Okay, and these varieties are only because there is diversity in their genes. You might have seen that rice is also of different varieties. Some are basmati, parmal. Okay, and it is only because there is changes in its gene. Got an idea? Okay, so now let's have a look over this. Okay, in this we will study about the species of different genetic characteristics. That is why the term genetic diversity is there. Diversity within species, that is variation in genes occur. Clear? There would be slight difference between the species. Clear? And this difference is due to combination of gene and basic unit of hereditary transformed from one generation to another. Example is of different varieties of rice. Take wood varieties, etc. Clear? Like we can see here. See here, they have given different varieties of kidney beans. Okay, some colors are white, black, orange, green also I can see here also. Okay, these are kidney beans, but they are of different color. They will be different in their nutritional values also, and that has been added due to by changing in its genes. Clear? By changing the gene of any organism, we can change the physical characteristics of that organism, whether it is plant or animals. I hope so that you have got an idea. In your species diversity, we will study about the discrete group of organism of the same kind. Clear? Means species would be there different. Diversity between species, for example, if I'll take the species of mango, okay, that is Mangifera indica. Okay, so now there would be Mangifera americana. Okay, means there is change in the species. Okay, and due to this there will be varieties of such mangoes will be there on this planet earth. Clear? For example, if I'll talk about plant species, example they have taken apple, mango, grapes, rice, wheat, and among animal species lion, tiger and deer. Okay, understood? uh, Another example I want to give you, that student in Western Ghat, okay, they have greater amphibian species diversity than the Eastern Ghat. Okay, and it is due to the changes in the environmental conditions which is constant in your Western Ghat. If I talk about community or ecosystem diversity, okay, here we will see the diversity at ecological level. Okay, here what happen, biotic component interact with your abiotic component. Okay, and there is difference in the environmental type. Clear? Example we can say river ecosystem. Understood? This is your ecological diversity. So students, we have studied that there are three levels of biodiversity. Okay, that is diversity at the level of genes, okay, which include your DNA, then diversity at the level of your species, okay, and last we have studied about diversity on the basis of the ecosystem or community. Clear? I hope so that you have got an idea about different levels of biodiversity. Student, now the question arises that how many species are there on earth and how many in India? Okay, according to the data surveyed by IUCN, that is your International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources in 2004, they said that the total number of plants and animal species described so far is slightly more than 1.5 million. But student, we have no clear idea of how many species are yet to be discovered and described. Okay, and uh, one of the scientists, okay, he made an estimation, and the name of that scientist is Robert May. Okay, he made an estimation that still there are about 7 million more species yet to be discovered. Clear? And student, out of 1.5 million species, okay, those have been discovered, more than 70% are animal only and 22% are plant. If we will see this pie diagram, okay, we will see that there are three groups of organisms that have been discovered. Okay, that is invertebrates, vertebrates and plants. Clear? Among invertebrates and vertebrates, these are under the group of your animals, and I have told you that out of 1.5 million, 70% are animal only. Okay, and student, among animal also, among your in your invertebrates, 70% are your insects only. Clear? It means that out of every 10 animals on this planet, 7 are insect only. Okay, so you can imagine. Okay, that is why it comes under largest class and phylum also, Arthropoda. Clear? So here this is very important data for your competitive point of view. You need to learn it by making mnemonics. Okay, so among invertebrate, largest group of animals are that of insect. Okay, then your other animal group comes, then mollusk, and then crustaceans. Second, among vertebrates, okay, the number of fishes are maximum. After that, your birds, then reptiles, then mammals, and then amphibians. And among your plants, okay, angiosperm and fungi are almost equal. Clear? And then your algae, and then your mosses, then your fern and allies, and then lichen. You need to learn this data, okay, by making mnemonic. Very important. So with this topic I finish today's lecture, and I want to end it by telling to you that student, though India has only 2.4% of the world's land area, okay, but its shares of the global species diversity is an impressive 8.1%, and that is what makes our country one of the 12 mega diversity country of the world. Understood? So I hope so that you have understood. Okay, it is simple, don't get confused about anything, and if there is any query, please do call me. Thank you and have a very nice day.